All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. This week's episode, I have the distinct pleasure of interviewing a old friend of mine. Not old as an age old. We've known each other for over 2 decades, and he has since moved on to a life in healthcare, dedicated ICU nurse, trained in Ireland, works in Ireland, and is now promoted to be the clinical education coordinator at a hospital called Blackrock Health Galway Clinic in the city and county of Galway in Ireland. Hector, welcome.
Hello. Hi, Daria. Thanks for having me here.
We're so happy to have you. So, as our episodes really talk about incorporating safety from different industries, and I just find it so interesting that you've got these different holidays in Ireland, and how does the healthcare system prep for these large holidays? What is the holiday that's happening right now?
Yeah, so we have, for the most part, similar holidays as the US. Notably, we celebrate Halloween as an official holiday in Ireland. But then we also have things that can take up more resources than a official holiday. So things like the races, the horse races, which are going on right now in Galway. Like this week, the whole town is going to be mad, packed with people. And then another thing that takes up like huge amount of or can really shift people around are the games. So especially like the GAA games and the rugby games. You can feel it in the traffic. You're like, what's going on? Where's everybody? And it's like, oh yeah, there's this big game going on in Dublin. Or you can also see it when there's lots of requests for days off, and you're like, why is everybody asking for this weekend off? Like, what's going on? And I don't play sports, so I'm like completely oblivious to it. Um, but I think the hospitals in general prep by knowing that these big events are happening. They know holidays are always happening. One thing that we tend to notice in Ireland is that there tends to be a downtick on people coming in for procedures during the holidays and during these festivals. So like this month, we had the arts festival. Right before this, we had the film festival.
Oh wow.
Um,
Just festival
yeah,
after festival.
yeah.
It's
It's
like
been
nonstop.
nonstop. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
So, and
gosh.
you can actually see it, like and not only do people say, I can wait. Is it really, am I really that bad? They want to enjoy it. But
Yeah.
then also, very critical staff will have days off, like the surgeon. So if the surgeons are request this time off, they're obviously not going to be operating on planned surgeries.
Oh, I didn't
And
even
I'm in
think
a
about
hospital that's mostly planned surgeries.
that.
So we do have a emergency room. We do take walk-ins as well. Like my boss Judy was just saying that they were really busy today.
Hmm.
And that could be in part people seeing maybe the public hospital getting a little busier and they're like, hey, I have private health insurance, might as well just come in here. It could also be traffic. And right now that I was just thinking about it, getting across town, we're a really small town. It's like 75 or something, 80,000 people. But getting across town because we have like medieval roads can take forever. So I think if you were on
Oh,
this
really
part of town, you might
true.
be like, I'll go to the private hospital instead of going into the public and fighting the traffic. Um,
So when you
and then
say walk-ins, people are literally going to be walking in.
yeah. No
They're going to
appointment
be
or
walking
anything.
in.
Even yeah. Even though we do have the majority of our people here are by appointment, but we do have, some who just come in. Um,
And just to
uh,
clarify for the Americans, you work in a what's considered a private hospital, correct? So there's private and public.
yeah, so in Ireland, there's unofficially a two-tier system. There's the public system that everybody has access to. It's funded by the government. Um, and they do everything from, checkups to small. You know, you need a stitch or two to the big traumas, the car accidents, they cover everything, the public sector. In the private sector, it's a lot smaller and it tends to be kind of specialized hospitals. So the hospital I work in, while we do have a lot of specialties, it's mostly planned surgeries. You know, we do have like respiratory patients or
Mhm.
um, patients who have or oncology also, but most of them are planned admissions and planned surgeries. To get access to the private hospitals in Ireland, it's through either self-pay or through.
Hospital's not really impacted by all these games. It's more of the lull of people maybe not scheduling a work, or you actually see an uptick afterwards. But the public hospitals would be very much impacted,
Oh
correct?
yeah, hugely, hugely. So like we do see a little bit of the up and down. So like right now with the festivals that just happened, we did actually close a small part of the hospital because we're having that fewer patients in. Um, and then after the festivals and everything I'm sure we're going to be super inundated.
Oh, wow, that's so
Um,
interesting.
but the public hospitals, because they do trauma, they would be the ones where not just the sports players, but also, you know, if somebody gets a heat
Spectators.
stroke, yeah, the spectators, if they're heat strokes, they would be also sent to the public hospitals. So they definitely see the huge waves.
No, but are
Um,
they impacted by resources too? Because I can imagine Ireland is on an island actually, so you're surrounded by water. How does that impact the preparation for the games?
yeah, so n- one, yeah, so Ireland is on an island, and then just to complicate it, we're part of the European Union, and our up until Brexit, we most of our supplies, whether it's food or medicine, would come in through the UK. So the UK, because they speak English, all the labels are already in English, and they used to be part of the EU, then Ireland would be like a secondary market to that. But now with Brexit, everything has to be packaged in English for the EU, but just for Ireland. And
Oh,
so that's creating a lot of disruptions. So I noticed that our pharmacy team is like very vigilant about what drugs might be coming low. They're really good about sounding the alarms and saying like, you know, hey, this particular drug is forecasted to have a low inventory, so be diligent. See if you can use other, you know, like, can you use the oral route? Can you use something else? So there is definitely a lot of preparation because of the geography and because of the political structure that we're in. Um, and then another thing that was like a really big eye-opening moment for everybody was, you know, with and not just Ireland, but worldwide, if worldwide shipment is impacted, you know, there's a ripple effect. And because we're an island and relatively small population, we were very much kind of at the end of the line for
oh,
supplies.
wow.
So yeah, so that was really
Super
eye-opening.
stressful.
But yeah, I will have to say one thing that I like about living in Ireland, there's a very relaxed approach to a lot of things. There's a really you get the sense that nobody's like panicking, but what needs to be done, they get done. So that's always like, yeah, I'm always impressed by that. Like I'm always like, oh no, this isn't gonna happen. Oh my gosh, we have like all these things going against us, and then they get it done. So it's yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing all that with us. Super, super insightful. And I hope you stay safe out there through the
Thank
games,
you.
and please do enjoy. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your time.